What y'all doing? I ain't doing nothing. I went back to the Walmarts and got some more of my favorite okra. This is the best kind. I was so mad at myself that time I accidentally got the spicy one. I don't like nothing spicy. Dang. Hang on. Anyway, so yeah. I was at the register at Walmart, and that lady told me, she was like, you could get a big jar of them, right? What? These? Yeah. A whole big jar of these. She said that one aisle in Walmart with all the huge cans of like vegetables and stuff, you could get a whole huge jar of these. I was like, yeah, I'm getting them. Anyway, so yeah, anyway, the kids just started back at school. Harley came home yesterday, and she was telling me that her teacher was saying that she says some of her words funny. And she was like, yeah, my daddy says some of his words funny too. And she was like what words? And Harley said, you know what he calls a thrift store? And she was like, no, what? She said, a drift store. And she said, a drift store? And Harley's like, yeah, that's what he calls it, a drift. Like you're drifting the car, a drift store. And she was like, oh no, that's not what that's called. She was like, yeah, that must be where you get it from then, because y'all just say wrong words. Like they'll say Pacific instead of specific. Yeah. Anyway, and she was like, what's your daddy's name? And Harley said, well, I'm not supposed to say his name. And she was like, well, you're not talking to him, you're talking to me, so it's all right. And Harley's like, I guess so. And she tells him his name is Kale. And she was like, oh. She was like, what's your daddy look like? Listen here. So she tells him. She said, my daddy has like short brown hair, and he has tattoos all over his arms, and he's tall. She said, oh, and he has a big old pot belly. Listen, won't nobody roast you faster than your children. Nobody, okay? I'm like, Harley. I think you could have just left it at short brown hair and tattoos all over his arms and tall. Anyway, the teacher, she was like, I think I know him. Does he tow cars? Because I think he towed my car one time. And Harley was like, yeah, he's retired. He's not really retired. He's like the tow truck driver manager person. What you call that? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, and now he just like does some mechanic work too now. So yeah, he's not retired. But anyway, the way kids describe things is so funny. I was like, Lord have mercy. Anyway, Ashton had appointments this morning and yesterday morning. So, Ashton's 19. He is disabled, but he's 19. So he had to start going to an actual grown-up doctor. And he was real sad that he had to leave his pediatrician. But, like I told him, Chris and Harley still go there. When they have appointments, you can go and you can see Dr. Wash and everybody, you'll still be able to see her. So we got to his appointment. It was actually really good. He liked everybody. Everybody likes him. Everybody always loves Ashton, Lord. And they checked because he has diabetes too. And they checked his A1C, and they were super excited about that. I was super excited because I've been working really hard watching him every second, because that boy, he's had an overeating disorder since, I don't know if some people don't know that that's a thing, but it is just like a anorexia or whatever. You can also have an overeating disorder, and ever since he started to walk, he's been eating, staying up all night while we're eating, child. Anyway, I worked really hard to get those numbers down, okay? And he's actually went from full-blown diabetes to his levels are now in the pre-diabetes stage. So we only need a couple more points lower and he'll be out of any diabetes range. So we're really going to be pushing for that. Then he had an appointment this morning. He has had an ingrown toenail for probably like 2.5 months now, child. I took him to the pediatrician. They gave him some antibiotics and some kind of topical cream stuff. And I tried to tell them, I think the toenail should probably come out. Because, I mean, you could get rid of the infection part, but, and they're like, no, we'll wait. And then I told him after that, it's still infected. We took all the medicine. And they're like, well, we'll prescribe him some different antibiotics. No, just send us to a podiatrist, man. So they finally did. We went this morning. They were super nice. And let me tell you something. That toenail in the side, because it was like in the side of his toe. That thing was literally like that tall and like that wide. That thing was thick in his toe. Yeah. And as soon as he said that feels better, I was like, I bet it does, boy, Lord. So he has his toe all wrapped up. He's gonna wear his Crocs to school tomorrow. His automotive teacher said it's fine as long as they are in 4-wheel drive or sport mode, some call it. But anyways, he's enjoying his day with his foot elevated, playing video games. Anyway, how is y'all's day going? I'm tired. I went to the grocery store and bought all this stuff to make this huge meal for dinner. And then I got home and I was like, wow, who's going to cook that? Oh, right, me. Sabotage my own self, you know what I mean? Anyway, friends, I hope y'all are having the best. I think it's Wednesday. I don't know. I think it's Wednesday. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Tell me how y'all's day went.